All right. Welcome everyone to kind of a first match preview on my channel, and obviously today, well, it's not today. It will be on Sunday. It is Newcastle United versus Tottenham Hotspur in the St. James's Park. So obviously, before we get started, please do like the video or the stream, subscribe to the channel, and I'm not alone because I have Eugene from Spurs Eurasian TV to kind of discuss the match itself, and as the transfer window is going to close by tonight over here. Yeah, it's not looking good for both of our clubs, but I'll invite Eugene.
Hi, Chen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we know. I don't know. We sign all youngsters and players for the future, and we miss out on Chiesa. Now we are missing out on Kone, right? So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I think Kone is going to Roma. So
yeah, I think so.
And we are playing Roma in the Europa League. So yeah, let's see how that turns out.
Yeah, I haven't actually checked the schedule for Europa League, but I think Spurs also has like Rangers as well.
Yeah, Rangers is easy, I guess. Rangers will be easy, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that we got play teams like Galatasaray, if I'm not mistaken, or Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, or something like that. Those matches are going to be scary. I don't even want to.
Maybe with Tottenham's young players like Begval, Archie Gray, maybe they'll turn up in Galatasaray.
Yeah, their balls will shrink and it will shrink. Their balls will shrink and shrivel up their butt.
Oh god! But let's discuss I guess we can discuss the match and then a little bit of the transfers that has happened for both of our clubs. So we'll start with the game itself. Hopefully it pops up. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I have to zoom in so people can see. So this is some of the, the preview stuff. So it says Newcastle have won 3 of the last 4 Premier League meetings with Spurs. The time we didn't beat Spurs was that 4-1 that happened in December of last year. As many as in their previous 13. 2 draws, 8 losses, and 3 wins, I guess. 3 of their last 5 league victories over Tottenham have been by at least a 4-goal margin. Yeah, so obviously, the match between Newcastle and Spurs always, has always been like a very high scoring game.
Yeah, goals galore game, right? Big up AD.
Oh, yeah. And obviously Eugene in the chat. Well,
to tell the truth, right? This is PTSD in a sense. The season when we lost, when we conceded like 3 or 4 goals within the first 20 minutes. There was one during the what was it? Stellini and Mason era.
Yeah, that was Stellini's last game because I think he left.
The only game it was
Oh, I
embarrassing.
thought it was also the Everton game, the 1-1. I remember, or the
Yeah,
Bournemouth game, whichever one. But yeah,
yeah. And then after that, last season when you guys were decimated with injuries, Spurs were going there to pump you and blah blah blah, and we got pumped 4-0. So it is
yeah,
what it is. And we're coming back to the same scenario again now. It's like deja vu. You guys are not you guys can't even get out of first gear. You're stuck in
yeah,
first gear.
yeah.
And somehow or another you beat a really bad
Southampton
Southampton.
team.
Yeah. That
And,
goal was guilty. And you play with 10 men, right? You guys played 10 men, and then you lost. Who do you lose to
we
last
haven't
week?
lost. We haven't
Oh, you
lost.
drew. Oh, sorry, you
We
drew.
basically,
You
our
drew.
schedule so far was we beat Southampton at home 1-0.
Okay.
We draw 1-1 with Bournemouth, and
And
then
it was a lucky draw because right,
yeah,
Bournemouth scored before fourth minute goal, and it was a VAR, and they
oh
were
yeah,
saying it was a ball, but then actually everybody saw it came off his shoulder. So
yeah,
yeah,
very
so
lucky for us.
but right, don't worry, Doctor Tottenham will come and solve your problems.
Oh God, I remember that. And then what? A couple of days ago, we played in the Carabao Cup against Nottingham Forest. We
And
scored in the first 20 seconds, and then after like 5-10 minutes into the game, it was Forest the entire game that really controlled the game. It ended up being a 1-1 draw. Went to penalties. At one point in the penalty shootout, it was 3-1 for Forest, but we ultimately got the win on penalties. So it kind of, at least for me, it relieved my stress because if we had gone out of the Carabao Cup um, a couple of days ago, that would mean one less trophy to aim for. But obviously, I think we have AFC Wimbledon. I think in the third or fourth tier, but also um, kind of like a Phoenix Club of the former Wimbledon FC. And I think Tottenham, you guys have
with Coventry,
Coventry, I
yeah,
think
we got
away.
Coventry.
I
Yep,
don't know.
Coventry away at the Carabao Cup. I think that game, all the the Carabao Cup games are coming after the
The
after
first game back,
the
I
fourth
think.
game. That means after the
Yeah.
first game after the international break. That's when after we play Arsenal, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because we are playing you guys now, and then after the international break, we go straight into the NLD, right? And to tell the truth, right? Being a Spurs fan, I've been through it, right? The international break usually breaks us. So yeah, not too upbeat
Yeah.
about that.
I
But it
mean,
is what it is. Yeah. But at the moment now, just let's focus on the game in front of us, which is I hope that Ange will this time be a bit astute, right? There are rumors coming out. We don't have Solanke.
oh,
Richarlison still has an injury issue, not 100% fit. So you never know. Son will have to play in the middle again. I guess we'll use Odebear again on the left, and with Brenda on the right. What else can go wrong? All right, Brenda.
it says that I guess Newcastle Spurs has always been like a high scoring game. I don't remember the last time the Newcastle Spurs game ended like 0-0 or 1-0. It's
Oh, there was
usually
a 1-0. I think about 5 years back, you guys beat us 1-0 when what's his name? Your goalkeeper, Drobevka or something. He pulled out a world class performance. We had like 30 shots on goal, and he saved every one of them.
Oh, I remember that was like 10 years ago with Tim Krul at White
And that
Hart
was
Lane.
Tim Krul was one, and then there's one more with another goalkeeper.
Oh, then
So,
probably when Joe Ellington scored at the Tottenham
I
Hotspur
can't
Stadium.
remember. It doesn't
But
matter. Somehow or another, St. James Park isn't our happy hunting ground, right?
yeah,
So
just the takeover basically.
yeah,
Because I think
it's never been a happy hunting ground for the Spurs, right? It doesn't matter whether you guys have come up and down, right? And so
like
even during the Mike Ashley time, we
yeah,
couldn't beat you guys.
yeah, we
So
were kind of like Tottenham's bogey team during the Mike Ashley era.
Yeah.
Like,
and I remember that year that you guys got relegated. And
yeah, we beat you 5-1.
And you still pumped us 5-1.
And
And the next thing we did is what? We signed Musa Sissoko. Yay.
I mean, he made the Euros final.
The next year we made the Euros finals or something like that, right? But, imagine making the Euros finals with Musa Sissoko. Yeah.
I mean, what do you think would be the game plan for Ange in this game? Because obviously,
come on, Dan. Why are you asking me that? Right? There's no game plan for Ange. We don't need to defend, right? We play the high line, right?
Remember, we drew 1-1 in the in Australia. Draw 1-1.
That is the preseason. Oh my! That
is
post-season friendly, right? 3 days after the league ends, we all fly out to Australia to play a game, right? And to tell the truth, right, there were more Newcastle fans in the stadium than Spurs fans.
Oh God!
I don't know, but honestly, to tell the truth, right, coming back to this game, I don't have much hope for it, right? I think if Ange is a steal and get his tactics right, we might scrape off with something there. And if we really beat you, we either we will beat you convincingly, or it'll be some lucky kind of stupid thing that happens, right? But as I see it now, what is your lineup, right? Let's go through your lineup first, because I think you guys are quite badly hit, right, at the moment with choices. I heard Joe Linton is injured too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, Joe Willock.
Oh, Joe Willock is injured, yeah. And Joe Willock runs your midfield.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a new midfielder, technically. But in terms of like our lineup, defense, obviously Nick Pope. Right back, it's either going to be Trippier or Livramento. I personally would prefer Livramento, who also actually got called up by England, so that's good for him.
Yeah. No, but the thing is that Trippier wants to leave, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Well, now in a few hours the transfer window closes.
Yeah, so we'll find out who's going to stay, who's going to leave. We'll talk about the transfers later, right? You got Trippier or Livramento, and what about your? Yep, we got highlight for life. Yeah, I know. But as we look into this, right? Your back line is going to be, but okay, is Shear still?
No, this is his last suspension game.
Yeah, but he's still suspended, right? Yeah, he's still suspended. Shear's still suspended, right? And who else do you have? Who else is in your back line now?
No, right now, since Fabian Schär has been injured, I would probably say.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Are you a Spurs fan or a Newcastle fan? That's the thing.
I would probably say, what do you call this? Since Fabian Schär has been suspended, our centre-back pairing has been Emil Kraft as the right side centre-back, and the left side centre-back, Dan Burn.
Oh, Dan
Burn hasn't played left back so far, which is which is a little improvement. And then
who's going to be a right back then?
Left back is likely going to be, well, there's two. Well, actually, in the past 2 Premier League games, it's been the first game against Southampton, which we won, was Lewis Hall, who signed on a tournament, or it can be Lloyd Kelly, who played against.
You guys got Lloyd Kelly, right? Yeah, we were linked to him for about a year or so from Bournemouth, right? You guys got Lloyd Kelly from Bournemouth. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, okay. But if I was to pick, I would probably pick Lewis Hall over Lloyd Kelly, but we'll see what the lineups will be. And then in midfield, I mean, surely surely it has to be Sandro Tonali, because in his first game back, which was a couple of days ago, he played 60 minutes against Forest. He could have actually scored like in the first 5 minutes to make it 2-0. But his performance, he was actually our best player for the whole game, basically. So based on that, I expect and I hope Eddie Howe doesn't do the stupid thing and not play Sandro Tonali, because I think
No, I
he
think, but then the thing is that okay, you still have the Guimaraes guy there, right? He's still around.
So I'm expecting it to be Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, and Joe Wellington. That should be the three midfielders to start. And then if
Your front
since there's
line?
no Joe Willock, it's probably going to be Longstaff if there needs to be any subs or whatever.
But you still play a 4-4-2.
4-3-3.
Or you're still playing 4-3-3. So your midfield will be,
as I said,
Guimaraes,
Tonali. Yeah.
Then your front three will be
on the I don't know if, because there's been games where we haven't actually, first of all, we haven't signed a right winger. We still have Jacob Murphy and Armour on. Whenever there's been a start in the Premier League games, the two Premier League games, on the right side, it's been Jacob Murphy. But in the Carabao Cup game against Nottingham Forest, it was Armour on. But whenever we took one of them off, like as a sub, we actually put Anthony Gordon on the right.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you got Anthony Gordon. Yeah.
And
so your front three will be Anthony Gordon.
Left wing, whenever Gordon goes on the right, it's usually Harvey Barnes on the left.
Oh, you got Harvey Barnes too. Okay, that means your two wingers were going to be Harvey Barnes and Anthony Gordon. Who's going to be your front?
Well, probably Isak, I would assume.
Oh, you got Isak, yeah. You have a potent front line, and then we have important. No, we got an important highlight.
I mean, from the what do you call it, the 4-0 that happened a few months ago. I mean, one of those goals were from a high line. But
okay, let's come to the Spurs side, right? Because Vicario is going to be there, all right. On the left will be Udogi. Now the only problem, right, whether VDV is up for it or not. If VDV is up for it, I guess it will be a very high line. And then if VDV is not, if Draguzin comes in, I think if Draguzin comes in, how would you say, Ange should have a bit of a nuance to know that he should sit back a bit, because Draguzin can't play with the high line. We've seen him do that in the Euro, right? And with Romero, and then of course on the right we have Porro. And the problem is that I'm not even sure whether Porro is fit. If Porro is not there, we'll be having Jet Spence.
Oh, is he not fit, Porro?
I'm not sure. We've got a lot of weird kind of news coming out about our our defense at the moment, because during the game against Everton, VDV did have a weird kind of landing on his knee, but then he still ran 80 yards to assist on for his second goal. That was the weird part, but that was because maybe Everton was just like sitting back and just let him run, and nobody actually chopped him down, right? So typical Spurs kind of defense. Right, but let's see how it goes for our defense, right? But if we don't, the sad part is that if not, Ben Davies will come in, right, and play in the left centre back. So that's another scary thing. It's either you have a choice of Draguzin or Ben Davies. So to me, that's I'm a bit fearful. Yeah. For the midfield, I guess he will still stick back to the original lineup that was in playing Everton. I guess he'll still use Decky as part of the right side, right midfield, with either Maddison in the center or Bissouma in the center, putting Maddison on the left because Maddison will roam around. Bissouma will play more of the holding kind of midfielder, right? And of course, on our attack, with what I was saying earlier, with Solanke out and with Richarlison not 100% yet, I see Son in the middle. On the right will be Brenda, right, again. And of course, on the left, we will use Odebear, right? So I
No
guess that's
Timo.
what so imagine your front three lineup is Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon, and Isak. Our
Oh,
front three lineup is Brenda and Son and Odebear, right?
I
Which
mean, Son is still pretty good. Scored
yeah,
2 goals
Son
the
is
other day.
clinical, but the problem is that if your defense is smart, right, and box him in the middle of that attacking front three, right, Son can't do much of anything because he doesn't have that kind of skill or capability of shrugging off his man and taking a shot or dribble past someone and create something from that point, right? Son is more of that. If you slot the ball into me and I will put it in, right?
Yeah,
So he has to run onto it. Right? He can't carry it. He has to run onto it. That's what I see Son is doing. And of course now with his age coming up and all that, whether he's effective as actually a left winger or whether as a left or right winger, we don't know. But at the moment now, without our number nines, right, which we 65 million. Imagine we got 120 million, right, strikers, and we can't even use one of them. Right? So it is what it is. Being a Spurs fan, we accept that, right? I've accepted it, right? Nothing must have changed. But unless we can exploit your back line, right, then yeah, but we've seen that last year, right? We can hold the ball for 70, 80 minutes and do nothing with it. You remember I
yeah,
coined the term, right? Spurs is playing horseshoe football. Go down to the other end, come back, then go down the other end, and come back, and just go left end, right end, and they don't know what to do with it, right? And you have Brenda on the right end, he can't do much of anything. In the past two games has proven it, right? But who else
yeah.
do
I
we have?
watched the what do you call this? I watched the first game, the Leicester game.
Yeah.
And you guys had so much attack against Leicester, and but it almost looked like Leicester were going to win that game, the first game of the season.
Yeah, the Leicester game was a very weird game because in the first 45 minutes, right, we should have been at least 3 goals up
Yeah,
minimum,
that's what I thought.
right? But
Yeah,
somehow or other, we couldn't finish our lunch, dinner, supper, right? Whatever, tea time, breakfast, and all that. And when Jamie Vardy put his goal in, our heads dropped, and Leicester dominated us for about a 15-minute period. And somehow or another, Jamie Vardy still, when he had his chance to be one-on-one, he still didn't, at that point, he couldn't put it back into at the back of the net. And then, of course, with Bendencourt getting injured, his concussion issues, right? That
oh,
broke Leicester's rhythm. And then, of course, we at least consolidated and tried to put up a fight until the end, right? But I keep
yeah,
telling a lot of Spurs fans the Everton game is papering over the cracks because Everton, did you watch
um,
the game? They were really bad, bro.
yeah. They,
Right?
they, I
But
think they won the league for
yeah,
now.
and then even they were that bad, right? They had 10 chances against us.
Oh God. I mean,
Yeah,
I didn't see the
10
game, but
chances. Yeah,
damn.
and whenever the corners coming in and all that, we were defending like headless chickens. So yeah, but at least they weren't able to score. We got Dominic Calvert, the DCL. Yeah, DCL
Yeah,
wasn't clinical enough, right? So let's see how it goes. I mean, Korovic says that he thinks Tottenham will win this one, but based on the history of Spurs playing in St James's Park, yeah,
I mean, it
I
says
got,
over there,
mm,
Tottenham's have lost their last 2 Premier League away games against Newcastle, so at St James's, by an
yeah,
aggregate score of 10-1.
yeah. So
So
I'm real confident now. But to tell you the truth, right? The way that I've been seeing Newcastle play, right? Because I think Eddie Howe is pragmatic at the moment because he know what he has in his squad, right? By the way, this is okay. Hey, uh, Why don't you join us, come? Yeah. That's
Yeah, I can
Ake.
send you the link.
I didn't know it's Ake. Right. You should join us. I hope
All
you're
right,
doing. How old now, Ake? Right.
I'll send you the link if you want to join.
Yeah, you want to join? 10 was usually. If you look at this, right, this could end up to be an open game. It's going to be a ding dong, maybe a 3-4-4-3, 5-3-4-4. You can go either way. Because all of us is expecting that. But for all you know, right, it could end up to be a drag draw. Yes,
I mean,
but
it says Newcastle Spurs
yeah,
it's the
but
most played fixture in the Prem to
yeah,
never finish 0-0. So
yeah.
more
So,
likely
but
it will be at least a goal.
but with the way Ange plays, right, it will never turn into a drag draw. It might end up with maybe you guys winning 1-0 while we are trying to pump you, right? Try to break down that wall, and you just go up and put one in, and then you just sit back and defend against, because we do seem a bit toothless whenever it comes to a good defense, right? And I don't know. How do you rate your defensive back line at the moment? That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and before we continue, we have a
Yeah.
guest.
Oh,
Hey!
oh my!
How you doing, okay?
Oh my God! Judgment Day
Koravich
is
P.
brought
Okay, Koravich
upon.
P. I didn't know that was your YouTube name.
My apologies, guys. I didn't tell anyone in advance. I just went in incognito and all of these stuff. Finally went back home after some good torment uni stuff. But yeah, by the way, about Tottenham and Newcastle, by recent form and everything, I am waiting on Tottenham for this one. And highlight supremacy. Charge.
Highlight for life, right? So, but the sad part is that if VDV is there, I'll feel more confident playing the highline. If VDV isn't there, I don't think we can do the highline thing because Dragosin and Romero can't handle that highline scenario.
Yeah.
Right. So, for what I can say is that I was just wondering, because my front three looks toothless while the Newcastle front three looks potent. You get what I'm saying? That's how I see it.
I mean, we only scored 3 goals in 3 games. So, but
Guys,
as you said,
we scored 5 goals, right? But 4 of them came against Everton. Yeah.
It's Everton.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
by the way,
also says Newcastle has scored.
I want to know
once.
how many key players of you guys have got injuries so far. I haven't checked anything.
For Spurs at the moment, right? There's a doubt with at the back there's a doubt with Van de Ven and Porro. The front line we don't have Solanke. Solanke is out, and Richarlison is out. That's why I was saying, we got 120 million pounds of strikers sitting in the medical room, right? So,
oh my God.
Yeah. So it is what it is. And okay, if I'm not mistaken, right, you're a Manchester United fan, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Don't laugh too much, right? Look at what Ten Hag is doing now.
I mean, technically, both Newcastle and Spurs in the Prem are above Man United.
I'll talk about my part later, but damn, that game happened on probably the most unluckiest week in my life so far.
And what do you call this?
I'll talk about it later, but let's finish this thesis in a bit.
Yeah, just finish off the Newcastle thing first, right? So basically, as I see it, right, if we do have actually our defensive backline in full strength, it gives me a bit more confident, right? But the thing is that, like I told 10, I coined the football term called horseshoe football.
Yeah.
Right? While we just go down the one end and then we make a U go around to the other end and then make a U go back to the other end, right? And do nothing with the ball getting to the center because we got players, our wingers like Brenda Johnson, right? So and now we got this young boy coming in, Odebear. But Odebear showed some promise, even though a lot of Spurs fans were jizzing all over him, no pun intended.
Oh my god!
And praising him like, oh, he's magnificent. It was a brilliant debut and blah blah blah. But he did nothing. You get what I'm saying? I mean,
Good start.
okay.
No.
Now, I mean, he's young, he's raw, he's 19, right? He was put up there, and he couldn't even last the 90 minutes. Maybe he was spent by then, right? 60th minute he was taken off, but because we've never seen actually a winger take on a defender and try to get past the defender. So a lot of Spurs fans are, woo, that's so hot, So, but in the end, you look at the stats. Even the eye test, it looks good to a certain extent, but you can't cross the ball. Your chances at shooting at goal, that should be the that's what the levels not there yet. But maybe he needs more game time and all that to actually get into the way that Spurs play and all that, right? But he was a very willing winger on our left, because we couldn't give the ball to Brenda on the right because he will do nothing with it. Right? So it is what it is. That's why he got most of his chances, because in the Everton game, right, I was seeing that, why are we always attacking on the left, right? Why aren't we going to the right? Then whenever the ball goes to the right, and then Brenda loses it somewhere along, you can't even get the cross in. And then now I know why. Yeah, now we know why. Yeah.
Jokingly saying, other pair fitting the Spurs way, and what the Spurs ways means is that play entertaining stuff when it's the most important time. Don't do anything, disappear, and bottle it again. Right?
Yeah, that's what we do at the moment, right? But let's see what.
Oh my god!
Let's see what happens. You guys, But I can't put too much pressure. He's a young boy, right? So let it be. He needs about at least 5-6 games, because a lot of us, the realistic Spurs fans are saying, right, the test will start with the Newcastle game after the international break. And of course, to tell the truth, right, the international break usually breaks Spurs, because it will add up to our injury woes. Somehow Meta Romero will go and play in Argentina and pull his balls off or something like that. So and then I don't know, Son, I'm not sure whether Son is going back to Asia. I'm not sure whether there are any Asian games playing on. Is there Asian Cup competition or something going on? Or maybe the World Cup third round qualifiers and all that, right? So Son will have to fly 6,000 miles across the sea, and then by the time he comes back, he'll be jet lag again. And don't forget, guys, after the international break, right, for us, it's the North London derby. Imagine that. Yeah. Big up to the league.
High line against Arteta. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. And we are playing at home.
Oh, okay. So maybe.
Yeah, we play.
Oh yeah, and Ten, just asking. I asked Eugene already about the injuries for Spurs, but what about Newcastle's side?
So I discussed this with Eugene. In terms of defense. Well, it's not really a injury, but it's a suspension. Fabian Schär, this is his last of the three, so he's out. So when you think about defense, obviously Nick Pope. Right back, it's either going to be Livramento or Trippier. Personally, I would go with Livramento, but maybe because Eugene said that, who is it that? Oh, Odebear, I think it is, that plays on the left. I think that would mean it would be like Odebear against Livramento or Odebear against Trippier, whoever Eddie Howe chooses. In terms of center backs, since the suspension of Fabian Schär, I'm expecting, unfortunately, it to be at the right side be Emil Kraft, and on the left side, Dan Burn. So I told Eugene, thank God Dan Burn isn't playing left back. And then at left back, we've had two different starters. First game, Lewis Hall. The Bournemouth game, it was Lloyd Kelly. I would go with Lewis Hall up against Thunder, maybe. And then in midfield,
why wouldn't you take Lloyd Kelly right now? Because at least Lloyd Kelly will have pace match Brenda's pace. The thing is that if you put it Lewis Hall there, right? Lewis Hall might not be able to match Brenda's pace, but don't worry, right? Brenda won't do anything with the ball anyway.
If it were me, I might put Kelly with Burn. One to crash around, one to keep the crosses down, at least, and then put Hall on the back.
The only thing is that
Brenda can't cross, so it doesn't matter.
The only thing is that
so it's an easier job, but just for security.
Our only right-sided center back is obviously suspended. The other one is still recovering from injury. Botman, he's still out. So.
Botman's when. You guys. Botman's out.
I haven't heard his name for a while already.
Yeah.
And then in midfield, the only injury we have is Joe Willock, who, after 10 minutes got injured, but he did score in the first 20 seconds of the Carabao Cup game. But I expect the three midfielders to be Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Wellington, and Sandro Tonali.
Yeah. Imagine that three midfielders coming up against Bissouma, Maddison, and Decky. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Right?
Which Decky again?
Kulusevski.
Yeah. What the fuck is he doing there?
No,
I haven't seen him in a while. So
no, you know why? Because Brenda has taken up the wing spot.
Are they on bollocks or something? Put Kulu right there.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Didn't you see the Everton game? That's what we did.
Dummy, yeah. That sounds like dummy,
then,
but okay.
Yeah. And then up front for Newcastle, usually right wing in the Prem, both Prem games we started Jacob Murphy, but in the Carabao Cup game a couple of days ago, we played Almiron. However, whenever we sub one of them off, we actually put Anthony Gordon from left wing to right wing, and we put Harvey Barnes as the left winger.
Striker?
Which I think is better. Honestly,
Isak.
I would.
Isak as a striker, imagine that.
Yeah. I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot about Isak too. So that's what I'm saying. Imagine, right? My front three is going to be Brenda, Son, and Odebear, right? One old, one young, and one useless. Okay, their front three is Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes, and Isak. So I'm like going, and you're saying Spurs gonna win. I'm like going, yeah.
The only thing is that just the whole transfer window with Newcastle hasn't been. I mean, the less said about Newcastle's transfers, the better. But
we'll go into the transfers after we talk to Ake about how Manchester United has been doing in the first two games, right? Your first game against.
I'll tell you in a whole minute, but my verdict on Newcastle is that I don't see it. I still don't see them promising though. That's why I don't put them in top 4 this time. Because last year I predicted Newcastle to go against City, and look, they cannot handle it.
Probably you jinxed us.
Okay. This season, right? They are not playing any games in Europe. You can say no. They're playing one game a week again. So
But if you look at the past 2 games,
it hasn't been great.
Are they look promising yet? 10's already on. Like he is the closest he's ever been to having Barry aneurysm in his brain.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
can you say they are promising though?
The only saving grace is Dr. Tottenham. That's my only saving grace.
But okay, the thing is that at least, right? Even if I can say, right, Newcastle hasn't bought anyone.
Basically, we bought no one. Basically,
they haven't bought anyone. Basically, right? But they haven't sold anyone. Basically, you get what I'm saying?
So they haven't done shit.
Yeah, basically, no changes to the team.
Tonali back is already a lot, though. To be fair.
Yeah, Tonali coming back is like a new signing, maybe. That's why.
When he played against Forest for just 60 minutes, he was actually our best player when he was playing. He could have scored in the first 5 minutes to make it 2-0. But yeah, that's why I want to see Tonali starting basically every game because he's way better than Longstaff. Like Tonali has to start.
But Tonali will play the holding midfielder, or will he be an attacking midfielder? But the problem you got two attacking midfielders or two creative midfielders, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that you're having Guimaraes and with Tonali there?
From last season, obviously when Tonali was suspended, it was like Bruno Guimaraes had to play the creative, the holding, and all that. So maybe I don't know how it'll work because Bruno and Tonali played together basically from the Carabao Cup game. It looked like Bruno was more of the containing the ball, so kind of like the holding player, and Tonali was more making the passes, creative. So I don't know if maybe because we didn't play well against Forest, maybe change it up. So Tonali's the more holding player and Bruno's the more creative player. But I should be expecting the midfield three to be Tonali, Bruno, and Joe Wellington. And then, yeah. But, yeah. So maybe before we move on to Man United and all, let's give score predictions. I guess, Ake, what's your prediction? I know you said Tottenham wins. I don't know if you think that still, but prediction.
2-1 Tottenham, 10 rages in the end of the stream again, like last time.
I thought, thankfully, I'm actually not
you can get your cameras ready. We're gonna have another 10 rating on Eugene's YouTube.
I won't be able to be around, but yeah, Eugene, your score prediction?
If I see in this way, right? If we are lucky, it's going to be a 2-2 or 3-3 or Spurs to be a draw. But if we are not, most probably Newcastle is going to beat us 2-1, 3-1. It depends on our back line and how high the line the Ange plays, right? Because Eddie Howe has done it before last season. So I guess he'll still stick to the same game plan against us. Sit back, low block, put the ball over the top. And if his VDV ain't there, who's going to chase? Isak, Gordon,
and Isak has a good record against Spurs at home.
Yeah.
Scored 2 in both of the past 2 home games. In terms of my score prediction, hopefully now we're back at home since the Southampton game. Hopefully, it's basically Tonali's first home game back. I just want to see a good performance from that because the 3 games since the season started, I've not been impressed overall, even though we haven't lost. So hopefully that changes. I'll be, I don't know. I'll probably go with Eugene's score. I'll say 2-2, something like that, because I can't really trust us at the moment. But hopefully with just playing at home, maybe it helps us. Maybe 3-2 for us, but I'll just go with a 2-2 draw. I think that's what I'm going to predict in most cases. But yeah. So maybe we can actually, the thing is, I'm not doing a live watch long for this game because I will be in A Coruña because I'll be actually at the Deportivo Stadium to watch. Yeah, the Area 4 because it's the local derby, Deportivo up against Racing Ferrol in the Segunda.
Which Racing? Which Racing?
Racing Ferrol.
Because when it came to derbies, and the word Racing, I only heard of Racing Santander. And before the derby, I only knew about Celta and Depor, which hopefully it happens soon.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of know who's the bigger club of the two, therefore.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be interesting, right? Your next game is against Liverpool.
Yeah,
Seven up, 7-up
Man
Liverpool.
United,
I kind
Liverpool.
of half
Uh,
admit defeat this already by predicting Liverpool to win the league because I believe for Liverpool, this is not far away from what Jurgen Klopp laid the foundations. This is not like really far, but it's just like a bit stuff changed, but the amount of intensity from the last era it created, it's a lot more. It's not much change, and it can continue this season. And as Jurgen Klopp says in his last team talk, he said it. You already beat them, and you can do it again. So I think I was thinking Liverpool are kind of a contenders for this season, even though not many changes
Okay.
much. But
Based on your, the previous two games, right? How do you actually judge your position now? You have made actually a lot of signings, right?
yeah, Masraoui, Dele.
Masraoui, Yoro, who else? But I did watch a couple of the matches, right? Ugarte, somehow, yeah, Ugarte. And the thing is, in the first two games, I keep seeing like Rashford doesn't seem to be interested in playing for you guys anymore. He seems to be lost up here. You get what I'm saying? And
oh yeah, and I think I don't know why
now I understand why a lot of the Manchester United fans actually don't like Ten Hag. The thing is that I'm not sure whether it's the players that don't suit Ten Hag's way, right? Or Ten Hag has, now we found out that he's not actually that good. You get what I'm saying? So for the game that you beat Fulham, right? You guys were a lot of you guys. I mean, it was the first game of the season, of course, and then was it because of the first game season jitters, or but then you still beat Fulham by that one goal, and of course Zirkzee came on to score it, right? And then the second, and then the second game, right? You guys were 2-1 down, and you were supposed to equalize, and Zirkzee inadvertently touched the ball to make it into an offside, and the goal was ruled out. So I mean, how do you actually feel now?
Actually, so far for the two games, I saw many changes, but so far, on performance, not on paper, I don't believe it's that bad. But Ten Hag, you actually bought something, put them on. Holy fuck! Like, you look at how Zirkzee came on and put the impact, and look at that goal. Look at that goal he scored against Fulham. You look at how he played, and you immediately know that is that's his style within one goal. Simple. And how you put up a false nine in all of these, you can press, but without a target man. No, not a target man. Like, without a nine. Actual 9, you don't do shit with it. I'm not saying like personal 9, but Zirkzee saying he's a 9.5. His finishing is off a 9. You guys got it right. The word 9.
Yeah.
It's the actual striker.
Yeah.
We actually bought him. We actually bought. I got too many signings. I already freaking forgot. But Masraoui is all right. I think
he's
so far
good.
promising, but I still, to be fair, more Van Bissaka though, because of how you would like one attacking minded fullback, right? For this one attacking minded for starting, but when you want to go on crucial games and you want to pocket somebody, you would want to have Van Bissaka. It's just sad that he's gone. But for other signings and how we played, especially for the second game, I just believe it wasn't that bad. Also, we're just super unlucky, and I think if you look at the late parts of the game after that Zirkzee offside, for the first half changes, Ten Hag already did correctly, but what he got criticized is the later changes. Like, why the fuck are you subbing the leg on and all of that? And that's where people criticize him. Like, why did you put them on? We already scored 2-1, but we got robbed. We got legit got robbed. If you guys were the referees, would you let that in? Like
the basically the Zakaka moment.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's too fucking unlucky, man. I don't blame him. Like, that is just unlucky. That is just certain levels of unlucky.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why Garnacho doesn't start, because he's looked better than basically any of Man United's wingers, in my opinion. I have him in my FPL team because I know Garnacho could cook this season, but Seven Hog decided, no, I'll play Trashford. What? You gotta play Garnacho.
Do you? My point is that there is one Twitter person, but actually points out something. Does Marcus Rashford really suit Ten Hag's style? I'll ask you guys first on this.
Just based on last season, no. I mean, obviously he had the good period of almost 2 seasons ago, but that's only like a period of time from like this December-ish to like end of February, basically after the you guys beat us in the Carabao Cup. That was like his good period, but there's not been a consistency of games from Trashford, and this season just looks the same as last season. So that's why I said Garnacho has to start for Man United, and I'm not even a Man United fan. So I just think that
I think Ten Hag, right, has this problem at this moment now, right? He still can't get it right in the league. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes to the cups, he knows what to do. So that is the perplexing thing. Okay, and he's still using Maguire. Why the fuck is Maguire still there?
Or at least
he did well. So.
And Johnny Evans.
Oh,
Johnny Evans.
I don't even know he's gonna start this season. Cut that one off. I don't even know he's gonna start this season. So
I mean, he did come on, I think, against Fulham, even though you guys were 1-0 up, I think, at that time. But I'm like, surely, I forgot who started in that first game against Fulham, but surely the defense, like the 3 main defenders, center backs, should be in either order, wherever. Martinez, Lissandro Martinez, Matthias de Ligt, and I'm trying to remember who's the. There's one more I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, and guys, you spent 90 million pounds on Anthony.
There's more issues on Man United fronts that kind of got deeper than the manager's responsibilities, to be fair, because if you look, as you said, Rashford's out of style, right? Ten Hag wouldn't let it in, but I don't think several problems are some problems. Ten Hag is kind of got tied in the back, maybe. Plus, I kind of suspect maybe it's his contract, and he can't do anything because of that fucking board. I'm not saying this Jim Ratcliffe's board, but and even Jim tries to sell Rashford. Does anybody want him though?
The transfer window closes in a few hours. I don't think anything happens. I think the only thing that will happen.
If we even had time, would anyone put a bid on Rashford?
No.
And took the bait?
No.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, Chelsea are probably going to sign David Sancho. Chelsea.
Oh, 60 mil. I'm saying this on this deal. 60 mil. Do it. You're stupid enough for this one.
I think it's 25 million. But yeah, for Man United.
Come on, put it up. 60.
For Man United, I think I think it's going to be difficult for Man United to come up against you can say an informed Liverpool team.
Yes.
Obviously, even though Liverpool played Ipswich and Brentford, who aren't really like amazing. So, but when you remember last season, Man United actually didn't lose to Liverpool in any of the 3 games. So maybe it was something that Seven Hog learned from the 7-0. Because technically, there's been 5 meetings between Man United and Liverpool, and Seven Hog only lost once, the 7-0. But the other times it's been 2-1 win and a 4-3 extra time win, and then 2 draws and 0 and a 2-2 in the Prem. But yeah, for this game, I don't know. I feel like Liverpool are the more likely to win compared to Man United. Obviously, when you look at the win probability, it says only Man United, only 26% chance, just based on Google. I don't know where that number's from, but I probably lean towards Liverpool winning. I don't know if it's going to be like a 6-0 or something like that. I don't think it will be like that, but you never know. But
I believe Liverpool are favorites too as well, though.
Yeah.
Liverpool. Of course, they're
I just
favorites
hope Ten
for
Hag
the game.
just like.
But guys,
Actually,
like I
wait,
said,
you know what? Mason Mount is actually injured. We are
again.
actually playing a motherfucking center forward. Finally! Damn it! It took that to put him on.
guys, I'm gonna put a twist to this, right? Because this game, because it's going to be like the derby for the Dutch coaches or something like that, all coming from the
Breaking Bad derby.
yeah.
Walter White versus
So
Schrader.
okay, you don't be surprised, right? This game might end up in a draw, and I'm going to predict the score now, right? I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-2.
Also, like last season.
Okay.
I mean,
I think we're not winning.
both of these managers were ex-Ajax, and the other one's ex-Feyenoord, which is basically the Dutch
Eredivisie derby.
Yeah, basically. So
Classic.
now it's the I don't know the actual name of Man United Liverpool itself rivalry, but yeah, now they're managing those 2 clubs. I'm not sure about the history between those 2. Yeah, it's basically the battle of the bald.
Breaking Bad derby. The
Yeah,
Breaking Bad derby.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Battle of the Bald.
Actually, I have to check who has the better record if they ever played each other.
If honestly, right? If
Ten
I'm
Hag, the last time they both met, Ten Hag beat Slot 2-0.
yeah. But I think if you base it on the Eredivisie,
Yeah.
I think Ten Hag with Ajax have been actually doing the rounds with Feyenoord for quite some time. But with I mean, imagine Liverpool has not signed anyone of significance at the moment, apart from
Chiesa.
Hey, one's enough, to be fair.
Yeah, and Chiesa, to tell the truth, was linked to Spurs 2 months before even Liverpool coming in. And guys, let's go back down to the transfer window since we're talking about signings, right? I mean, Manchester United signed players like Delete, Morswari, Ugarte. I mean, okay, Lenny Yoro is like one for the future, right? But he's already injured, so that's why you guys had to go for Delete and all that. And I mean, we can't even talk about 10 and Newcastle because they've signed no one and haven't let anyone go. So they're still at the same spot. For Spurs, is that the only thing is that I'm happy with is that we've gotten a lot of
thank you, Ten.
The Deadwood, right? Deadwood.
So the release. So obviously Xerxes has come in.
Xerxes coming in.
So basically 4 signings to come in.
To be fair, the link and Masraoui is a steal though for me.
Yeah, but you guys are signing, right? And Manchester United
should be
are
doing
signing
that.
players for the first team. You know,
Yeah.
Spurs are signing players for the next 2 years, and our first team hasn't improved. Right? We
You
resigned.
guys will still finish
We,
over me in many people's predictions, though.
yeah, and when we resigned the who? We resigned the first person we resigned was Teeny Weeny, right?
On a
Who?
loan, like, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
Oh!
Right?
Bergvall,
We
Archie
got
Gray,
okay, guys. Bergvall was
Solanke,
signed.
all of that.
Hold on. Bergvall was signed in January.
Oh
He
yeah.
joined
Who?
Bergvall.
Bergvall.
Yeah, he was signed in January. He joined us in summer. You see, so I don't count him as an actual summer signing,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
And then we
Oh,
paid.
yeah. And hold on, Ten. Can you move down a bit? Jude Soon-Sub-Bill.
Sun Sabel is left.
By the way, news for ASEAN a bit. Thailand has tapped up him for a while already. Soon-Sub.
Yeah,
It's a Thai player. It's
He's a
half
Thai
Thai,
player,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
it's right now at Cordoba. I don't mind. I just hope he just plays first team somewhere and he picks the Thai national team finally.
If I'm not mistaken, Sun Sabel has gone to a championship club or
Cordoba.
something like that. Sorry,
Cordoba.
Cordoba. In Spain.
Second
Yeah.
division.
In the same
So-
tiers.
Yeah, so for me is that what I'm saying is that while Manchester United are signing players for the first team, Spurs are signing players for the future, right? And that is supposed to improve our first team. We paid £40 million for Archie Gray. We paid £50 million for Odebear. Both were not even in the 20s yet, right? Both looks like someone who can be something this season because he shows the potential as a 18-year-old. Guys, he's 18 years old. Listen to that. Okay? And
Okay.
how is he going to break it? How is Bergvall going to break into our midfield when we have players like Sarr, Bissouma, Madison, and now we've even Decky playing in midfield now, right? Because we got Brenda on the wings.
Brennan, the motherfucking Johnson.
Yeah, and for Newcastle,
Brenda Johnson.
yeah, the only significant signing Newcastle made is Lloyd Kelly. That's literally it.
There is a
Obviously,
not
this was
unbelievable rumor about Man United wanting Carney Chukwuemeka. Why?
Chukwuemeka from Real Madrid?
No,
Chelsea.
from
Oh,
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Okay.
Oh, wait,
that's
that's
Tuchemani.
Calavinga.
That's Tuchemani. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, but to be fair, my point is that De Ligt and Masrui, for me, it's just a fucking steal already.
Yeah,
especially
I know.
De Ligt,
Yeah,
because
Ryan fans aren't happy.
I have waited 5 fucking years for this deal to happen. Man.
Watch next summer.
And finally, I hope he starts tomorrow.
Guys, imagine, right?
Oh, sad.
Out in the market now, right? There are players like Raheem Sterling, Jadon Sancho, right? And why aren't we going for them? And Sterling's supposed to be linked to Arsenal, right? Sancho is being linked to Juventus and Chelsea, right? So that is blowing my mind apart. I'm like going, why aren't we? And guys, we were sold the bullshit of Eze is coming.
Oh yeah, but by the way, about Sterling, I've heard this. Chelsea are trying to swap him with Jadon Sancho.
Yeah, but now
I kind of want it for the team still. Imagine if he scored against Liverpool.
Yeah.
The amount of Judases, both on the stadium and on Twitter, on every fucking social media.
But guys,
it's gonna be phenomenal.
The new news is, right, Chelsea's gonna pay him off, make him a free agent, and he's gonna go to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's the new news. Because Arsenal needs cover for Saka.
They have Reece Nelson.
Yeah, that's a good
How
one.
can they blast this amount of money without any hesitation?
My Arsenal paid 100 million for Declan Rice. Come on, right? So why not? That's all I can say. Why not, right? Yeah, but guys, I guess for being a Spurs fan, the transfer window for me hasn't been overly enthusiastic, but I've seen this before, right? We've done it before. You know, when we had Conte, when Conte wanted what called a proper winger, we get Danjuma, right? And when we had Mourinho, we wanted a proper defender like Skriniar, we get Joe Rodon, right? So Ange is now stuck with whatever he has. And of course, we like I said before, we've got 120 million pounds worth of strikers, right? Injured. Solanke and Richarlison, right? And the sad part is, right? And the sad part, right? Why can't Spurs be ruthless? Richarlison ain't working for us. We should have kicked him to the South. We should have packaged him and send him out to the Saudis.
Saudi Pro League.
Yeah, but the problem is that Richarlison said, "Oh, I don't want to go." Right? You should have kicked him out if you're ruthless. But Spurs have never been ruthless because take a look at Eric Dyer, Ben Davis, right? We still have Lo Celso, Reguilon. They're all still here. So I don't think we're buying anyone in this closing part of the transfer window. Hopefully, we'll get rid of Lo Celso and maybe Reguilon. And the sad part is that if you don't get rid of them, we still pay for them. They're wasting wages on them. So let's see how that goes. But,
would you like an offer for Marcus Rashford?
No, to tell the truth, right? We can't take Marcus Rashford is because we got too many players on the left. We got we got Turbo Wiener, all right?
Wow.
Turbo Wiener's on the left. Now we got Odeberg, okay? And when Solanke and Richarlison comes back, right? Most probably Son will play on the left.
I see.
So
by the way,
Rashford.
Actually, after we talk about this a bit, let's get back to our Man United match a bit. So, my prediction, I think 3-1 Liverpool, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am super wrong.
Yeah, I'm saying 2-2. I'm 2-2. Right. Ten Hag will have to show that, I smacked you around before in the Eredivisie, and you're not going to come here and smack me, right? So
yeah.
Ooh.
Hopefully,
I will say
7-0.
I won't even surprise if that happens again.
I will say. I'll say 3-2. Liverpool. 3-2 Liverpool. Probably like last. I have a feeling it could be like last minute goal for Liverpool, like Salah.
Liverpool for me. Thank you very much.
I mean, we'll see. But maybe before we about to end the stream in maybe 10 or so minutes, obviously Newcastle in Europe, so I don't really care. But let's talk about both of your teams are actually the only two English clubs in the Europa League. So we'll first start with Tottenham. So you guys are at home to Roma, AZ Alkmaar, Karabag, and Elfsborg. And then you guys travel to, not that far, Rangers, Ferencváros, Galatasaray, and Hoffenheim. So
okay, I'm gonna predict Rangers. Yeah, I'm gonna predict this very quickly, right? We're gonna draw Roma at home, beat Rangers away, beat AZ at home. Ferencváros, I think it's Romanian, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, Hungarian.
Hungarian. Okay, if Hungarian, that means we're gonna fly some part. Most probably we'll draw with them. Karabakh at home, we'll beat them. Galatasaray, we're gonna lose because the youngsters will get their balls up their butt. Right, most probably we'll beat Elfsborg and we'll draw with Hoffenheim.
Yeah.
So how many wins, draws, and losses again?
Okay, Roma draw.
Okay.
Rangers win.
So 4.
Alkmaar win.
7.
Ferencváros, I think we'll draw.
So
Karabakh will win. We'll lose to Galatasaray.
3-2-1.
Right, and Elfsborg will win. Hoffenheim will draw.
So 15 points.
15, I think it's enough for Spurs to at least win.
Enough.
But I can't guarantee if they're going to skip to the round of 16 immediately.
Oh, let's go to
I mean, we'll have to see. As for If I can load it up. Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, so for Manchester United, Man United at home host Rangers.
I think
Hull,
My
Bodo
God, you
Glimt,
got such an easy bunch of
Wednesday.
teams to play
And then
against.
Man United travel famously to FC Porto, Fenerbahce,
Oh,
Victoria
that's
Pilsen,
Mourinho.
and the Romanian club FCSB, or sometimes
Hey.
called Steaua Bucharest. But yeah, thoughts,
What is
Ake,
Steaua
on Man
Bucharest?
United?
Steaua
Okay.
Bucharest is a good team.
Okay, keep the win, draws, and loses clear. Okay, Rangers win, but we're gonna grind it out. Porto lose because apparently nobody's. I don't believe anybody in the Europa League or any competition in Europe should underestimate Porto, and I think we're losing it.
I mean,
I think we're
whenever
losing
one
it
Arsenal travel there,
because I think how Jesus Christ, we're gonna get fucking we're gonna somehow like lose 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1 or something.
Porto has done very well to start the season. Unbeaten,
Exactly.
won the Portuguese Super Cup, biggest club in Portugal. So yeah,
that adds. PAOK win. I think we're winning.
So 6 points. Fenerbahce,
Lose
Jose.
3-1. I think we're losing this one as well
All right.
because
So
6
I know. I'll say this. I am all since I will always remember Mourinho. And probably one of my Man United managers I rate quite highly, and I will never underestimate him. Never.
Especially in
never,
top games.
never underestimate Mourinho.
Never underestimate him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because actually, in my head, if Ten Hag got sacked, that's the man. I mean, that sounds an outdated thought, but Mourinho with money could do something or two.
Yeah. And then how about
I think
Bodo?
we're losing around 2-1 or 3-1 from this one. It's gonna be
It's
like
Bodo
Barcelona
6
versus Inter Milan again. Bodo Glimt, I think we're gonna edge it out because Kajetu Knudsen is quite a good manager.
So 9
Victor
points.
also win.
So 12 points.
Okay, 20 win.
15. And then the
Seven
Romanian champions.
Oh shit! My foot. I pulled my foot a bit. Hold on. Shit.
So you got crap. Yep. Okay.
Ow!
He's injured. All right. Get him.
How many months? Shit. God damn it. Okay. Thank God I studied anatomy already, so I knew how to go through this.
And
Okay.
how
Okay.
about
Still, I think win. So
So
18.
you-
I'll see when they schedule the FCSB game. I would love to watch that.
You're gonna go and watch it. I think if from someone who plays Football Manager a lot, I remember a bit. So probably around 2 games in September. There's gonna be several games in January for the late fixtures, because normally, if you remember, it's around 2 Champions League games per month, right? And it starts in around like September or something. September.
September.
If I remember correctly from FM, because I played it a lot. September, October, November, December, and January. And the last games are in January. So I marked this one up for 10.
Yeah, but you must remember, you must remember this season, right? Because the last season, right, they played 6 games. So this season they are playing 8 games. So it's a more congested schedule now, if I'm not mistaken. So I think there wouldn't be so many breaks in between now in these few games coming up. So I think it'll be a continuous Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday until maybe somewhere in January before you come to the knockout stages. But guys, thanks for having me on, right? I need to hop on to another show.
Oh, okay.
On Nico's show, right? Take care. I'll catch up with you later. 10 Wednesday, if I'm doing a review, if you're free to join me, that'll be about 3 p.m. About 10 p.m. Malaysian time. I'm not sure. Is it 2 p.m. your time or something? I'll let you know.
Right.
Damn, I would like to witness the apocalypse after that match so bad.
I mean, you might also maybe.
And if it's 7-up for you, then you go crazy, right? And to tell the truth,
I'm probably not gonna join because I am probably fucked up beyond belief.
I know. But to tell you the truth, I'm used to it. We've lost so many times to Newcastle, right? And
And by the way, before I go, if you guys remember this shirt.
Oh, it's a Man United shirt, so yeah. Probably the Europa League win.
Since we're talking about the Europa League here,
yeah.
IXNL.
What?
Yep. Yeah. Ajax 0, United 2, Stockholm 2017. This is the same kid we won our first Europa League title, and Mourinho quoted that about they can mark air all they fucking want. We're gonna hoof it up and we're gonna score.
Oh god! But
that's probably the Europa League campaigns that I think like, why can't you just get in that easily? Come on, why did you keep me why did you keep me on the brink of heart attacks?
Yeah, but yeah, so we'll finish the show now. So before we go, what was I going to say? How far do you think you'll go in the Europa League?
We're winning it. My goal is we're winning it. No excuses. We're winning. We need to win because top four. If you guys understand this, top 4 in the Premier League is being super contested, and with a squad that I can't depend anything on them yet.
Yeah, because when you think about it, Man United, Tottenham, and Aston Villa, they get to play 8 games up until January in the Champions League, or Europa League, or one of them's Champions League. So that means you have to still play your whole squad. So yeah, we'll see. We will see.
And if we did just put the same lineup for 50 games like that, the season Ten Hag got 3rd in the league and we lost in the quarterfinals to Sevilla, we're probably gonna have one more injury crisis again, and and we can't blame anyone but ourselves again. So I think this is where I need to tell I will say Ten Hag needs to be careful again because he needs to make sure his squad can rotate, even though it's easy. In Man United standards, easy, except Fenerbahce and Porto. That 2 away games are just hell on earth.
Wait until you see FCSB.
Oh wait, it's gonna be interesting. I hope I had time for it because I know you hyped me too much.
Yeah, but yeah, as for me, I actually did say Man United will win the Europa, so we'll see if that actually comes true then. But if Man United don't win,
again, can you try again? Oh my god, wrong way.
Yeah.
Damn it, I can't reach it. Oh my god. Yeah.
But if Man United don't end up winning it, then I'm not really going to care that much. My heritage is Champions League heritage. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Ake, anything you want to say?
Subscribe to channel.
Yeah, and obviously like the stream. Thanks for the people. Maybe I'll shout out people on the live chat. So obviously Eugene was on it. AD744, you were there. Jordan as well, and Ozan as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and yeah, until then, we will see you guys in the next one.
All right. Oh, by the way, I have a premonition.
Should I end it?
Arsenal is losing to Brighton tomorrow.
Ooh, I'll say Arsenal win.
We'll take, but